The number one question that I get when people ask me about Marietta is, what is my favorite neighborhood? And in today's video, we are following up on our two-part series, the first part being my favorite East Marietta neighborhoods, and today I'm going to be covering my favorite West Marietta neighborhood. My name is Kelly Allen. I've been helping families move into and out of Marietta, Georgia, and all surrounding Metro Atlanta for over 26 years. Let's get started. So before there was Atlanta, Georgia, or even Chattanooga, Tennessee, there was Marietta, Georgia. Settled as early as 1824, Marietta, Georgia was a booming town by the time the Civil War started in 1861. Unfortunately, Sherman's famous March to the Sea did not spare Marietta, and the city was set on fire in 1864. With all that being said, though, Marietta came charging back post-Civil War, and we have some beautiful antebellum homes to show for it. We also have beautiful, gorgeous, established neighborhoods that were built in the 50s and 60s, and today we're going to cover those neighborhoods, and we're going to cover even newer neighborhoods that I think that if you're looking in Marietta, these have to be on your radar. We'll start with neighborhood number one, which is historic Marietta. So let's start with where it is. Historic Marietta is within a 1 mile radius of downtown Marietta. It's also 40 minutes to Midtown Atlanta and about 45 minutes to Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. All of historic Marietta is zoned to Marietta High School, and much of it is in West Side Elementary, which is the most sought after elementary school in the city limits of Marietta, Georgia. West Side Elementary ranks an 8 out of 10 on greatschools.org. Marietta High School ranks a 5 out of 10, but don't let that deter you necessarily if you have children. Marietta actually has an international baccalaureate program. If your child wants to study international business and college level classes, they can get that done at Marietta High School. Okay, so what are the benefits of downtown Marietta? So obviously the biggest benefit is being able to walk or bike into downtown Marietta. Downtown Marietta is situated around a square. So one of your typical classical Southern squares. In the middle is a beautiful fountain, and this is called Glover Park. Glover Park hosts a lot of things throughout the year. One of my favorite things that Glover Park does is they host concert series in the summer. While downtown historic Marietta doesn't have your typical swim, tennis amenities, it does have the square, again, where you have concerts. It's got 4th of July parades. It has weekend farmers markets. It has Chalktoberfest. It has bars. It has shoppings. It has the Strand, one of the oldest theaters in the Metro Atlanta area, where they still do shows, and they even have a rooftop that you can have drinks on, which is a lot of fun. So how much does it cost to live in historic downtown Marietta? Well, if you want to live within 1 mile of the square, you can expect to pay as little as $450,000 and as much as $2.5 million. So that median price is right at $755,000. And what that's going to get you is a historic 1877 Victorian home with 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths, only 2 blocks from the square. Now, if you're looking for something a little newer than 1877, there are still lots of options around historic Marietta, anywhere from new construction to as old as the mid to late 1800s. Now, prices in this area are going up. So again, I told you that the median sales price is $755 right now as of this recording, and that is up 10% from this time last year. So again, it's a hot place to be. There's not a ton of inventory there. But if you're wanting charm and you're wanting character and you're wanting a walkable lifestyle, downtown historic Marietta is absolutely a neighborhood that you have to check out. Next up is Anderson Farm. Anderson Farm is still close to the Marietta Square. It's only 2.5 miles away from it, and you're only 10 minutes to Kennesaw National Battlefield Park. You're 40 minutes to Midtown and about 45 minutes to an hour to the airport. This is where luxury meets Southern charm in the heart of Marietta. It does cost to live in Anderson Farm. It's going to cost you between $1.3 and $2.6 million to live there as of this recording. And what that gets you is an early 2000s construction home. on about a 3/4 acre lot, between 7,800 to 9,500 square feet, and probably your very own pool. Homes don't often come on the market in Anderson Farm, but if this is in your budget and you still want the lifestyle of being really close to an old, historic, charming town, then you've got to put Anderson Farm on your list if you're looking in Marietta, Georgia. My next favorite neighborhood in Marietta, Georgia on the west side is called The Tradition. This is one of the most adorable neighborhoods that you're going to find in Marietta, Georgia, and really anywhere in Metro Atlanta for that part. It's about 40 minutes to Midtown and about 45 minutes to 60 minutes from the airport, and it's only 1 mile to Kennesaw National Battlefield Park, where you can do hiking. There's a museum there, you can have picnics, and it's only 1.5 miles to Marietta Square, and it's really close to Westside Elementary. Now, this neighborhood is so beautiful because it has tree-lined streets with sidewalks on both sides of the streets. I love that it has rear garages, which really invite that front porch sitting, that classical Southern kind of lifestyle that you imagine, kind of slower living, where you have a glass of wine or, let's be honest, a glass of sweet tea on your front porch, and you wave at neighbors as they walk by, maybe have a conversation across porches. There is a community fire pit in this neighborhood, but there is no swim tennis. If you want that, you got to put a pool in your backyard, which they aren't that big. No two homes are alike here, so there's tons of character in this neighborhood as well. So how much does it cost you to get into The Tradition? It's going to cost you just over $1 million to get in. It's a very small neighborhood, so there aren't many that come on the market every year. And that's going to get you, again, a smaller lot. We're talking about a 1/4 acre of a lot. Early 2000s build, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, around 4,300 square feet. Now, the annual dues here are pretty expensive. They're right at $2,700 per year, but that does include lawn maintenance on all 4 sides, which I pay about $60 per cutting at my house. It also goes to take care of, the sidewalks and the neighborhood streetlights and things like that. But again, if you're living here, you don't care what it costs in terms of HOA dues. You're happy to get your lawn cut. You're happy to pay for the sidewalks and streets and things like that. And I promise you, you're going to love the lifestyle that The Tradition gives you, and you're going to love your neighbors. All right. 4th neighborhood that I want to tell you guys about is called Ellis. Now, Ellis is in the Hillgrove High School district, which is a 9 out of 10 on great schools. So we've left the Marietta High School district and we're now in a different one that ranks much higher. Now, Ellis is about 45 to 60 minutes away from the airport and from Midtown. The benefits from this location, though, are still great. You're only 4 miles from downtown Marietta, and you're only 5 miles to Kennesaw National Battlefield Park, which, if you think about it, that's only about a 10-minute drive to one of the best national parks in the state. Now, in terms of amenities, this is the first neighborhood that I mentioned that actually has amenities. So this one has a clubhouse, it has pool, pickleball court, sidewalk. It's got a lake, which means it's got fishing, and it has a playground. So Ellis is really more of that swim tennis amenity neighborhood. So if that's something that you want for your family, this is a great option in Marietta. So how much does it cost to get into Ellis? Well, it's going to cost you anywhere between $825,000 and $1.56 million. The median is just over $1 million, and that can get you new construction. Actually, new construction in Ellis starts at $991, and that gets you a 4-bedroom, 4.5-bath home with an unfinished basement on nearly a half-acre lot that's ready for a pool, 3-car garage, and about 3,700 square feet. If you finish off that basement, you're looking at probably another $2,000 right there. The annual dues to get in are $750. And again, this covers a ton of amenities. So as in The Tradition, that's $2,720 with no amenities. At Ellis, you're paying $750 and you're getting a ton of amenities. So, pick which one you want. You're a little further out, but you're probably geared more towards family. If you're living in Ellis, you're probably more empty nester, or you've got that kind of high school, kind of late teenager living with you if you're looking at a Tradition. The 5th one on my list, though, is called West Hampton. Now, West Hampton is in, again, West Marietta. It's 6 miles to Kennesaw National Battlefield Park, and it's about the same distance to downtown Marietta or the Marietta Square. It's about 1 hour to the airport and about 45 minutes to Midtown. So this neighborhood also has amenities. So you've got pickleball tennis, you've got park, swim teams, you've got a pool. So really family friendly, a lot of fun to live here and more affordable. So you can get into West Hampton for between $550 and $710, which I know still can feel really high, but this is the most affordable neighborhood on the list, and it is one of my absolute favorite. So what does that get you for the mid fives up to almost $800,000? That's going to get you a 1980s construction home, just your classic two-story traditional with a basement. It's probably going to be finished as well. The dues here are $693 a year, and again, that includes a lot of amenities. So if you're looking for the charm of a more established neighborhood, or maybe you just can't afford to live in one of the newer neighborhoods, West Hampton is kind of a little secret. It won't be a secret after this, but it's a little secret pocket of Marietta that I promise you, if you drive through, you're going to absolutely love it if you're trying to stay in that sub 1 million price point. So there you have it. Hard list to narrow down. Please make sure you go back and watch the East Marietta neighborhoods that I mentioned. What do you think about the West Marietta? What neighborhood did I miss? If you live in West Marietta, let us know if you love your neighborhood, or if you know other West Marietta neighborhoods, put it in the comment below. I'd love to hear about it. If there's a specific town that you'd love to hear what my top fives are for that town, and maybe even the pros and cons, pop it into the chat box below, or send me a DM or a text message, and I'll be happy to put that together for you as well. Love educating you guys. I hope you found a lot of value from this video, and I'll see you on the next one.